Tensions remain high across Washington and the world this morning as leaders await President Trump's potential next moves on Venezuela, Greenland, and multiple other countries. All of Congress is set to be briefed on the administration's actions in Venezuela this morning. Let's bring in one of them, Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell of California. He's a member of the Judiciary and the Homeland Security Committees. He's also a candidate for governor. Congressman, good to have you here. What will you be listening for at today's briefings?
Thank you. I want to understand what this has to do with bringing costs down. You know, the biggest betrayal, Anna, that this president has made in his first year is he told every American he was going to end all wars, release the Epstein files, and bring costs down. Instead, he has attacked Nigeria, Syria, Venezuela, Iran. He has not released the Epstein files. He's buried them. And he has put this stupid tariff tax on every American as they go to the store to buy products. So many politicians make promises that they can't keep. That happens. But this guy's actually done the opposite. He has broken every promise and done the reverse and has hurt us in every way. So I think most folks are saying, what does this have to do with our core issues here at home?
And what the president's talking about right now has been what's happening in Venezuela overnight. He posted that Venezuela will be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of high-quality sanctioned oil to the United States. And he says this oil will be sold at market price and that the money will be controlled by him, the president. What do you make of that?
Look, this guy couldn't run a casino, and no one in America is asking him to run a country in South America. They are concerned about how he's running the country he's in charge of in North America. And so as I talk to Californians, I can't speak for the rest of the country, but going into Venezuela and, quote, running their country, adding 30 million more people to our country ranks at about 200th of their priorities. They don't want the president to focus on Venezuela. They want him to focus on Vallejo or Ventura or their core issues. So they just see a guy who's completely taken his eyes off the ball and what they care about and what they want a leader to do for them.
The administration has signaled it may not just be Venezuela. That might not be the end of the plans. They're talking about acquiring Greenland, and that has gotten some pushback from your Republican colleagues. Here's some of what we're hearing from them. Let's listen.
I don't know what timeline we're living in where they're talking about taking over Greenland. Maybe the one good thing to come out of that is NATO dissolves and we won't have to pay for NATO.
Would you be comfortable with military action in Greenland? Look, I don't think that's appropriate.
The U.S. has acquired land before, and, you know, if that discussion came about and proved fruitful down the road, great. The idea that we're going to take Greenland by force, no.
Congressman, do you believe Republicans in Congress right now have an appetite to stand up to the president and exert its war powers authority?
No, absolutely not. These guys, as you can just see, they've absolutely lost their minds and they've taken their eye off the ball. You can't go to the grocery store and pay a couple $100s for your groceries to feed your family and say, put it on Greenland's tab. You can't go to a hospital and get a procedure and say, don't worry, Greenland's got it. And you can't pay your rent and tell your landlord, hey, just bill it to Greenland. People right now are suffering, and we are seeing in America that inflation, cost of groceries, that in California, the average first-time home buyer is 40 years old. People just want to bring down their own costs. Greenland has not declared war against the United States. Why are we talking about going to war against Greenland? Again, if you talk to Californians, they'd say, focus on Greenfield, focus on Garden Grove, focus on Glendale. There's a lot of places that you could focus on that help Americans. And this president, instead, he's declared war on every country in the globe, either economically with the stupid tariff tax or militarily, as he's done with Nigeria, Syria, Venezuela, and now possibly Greenland. Again, someone who's lost complete focus. Yeah.
I just want to underscore that Greenland is not a U.S. adversary. Greenland is part of Denmark, a NATO ally. What are the consequences if U.S. forces were to invade Greenland?
Well, under Article 5 of the NATO Charter, because Greenland's a part of Denmark, technically, other NATO allies would have to go to war with the United States. That's why this is so insane. And again, It's insane as far as our standing in the world and the friends that we want to have and the long-term consequences of doing something like this. And I think Europe needs to band together, show strength in numbers, and push back against this president. But also, just for regular people, the people I talk to, they see this as somebody who's gone way off course as far as what they need a leader to be focused on.
Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell of California, thank you very much for being here.